Everybody has a way of working, and this really describes me to a T. Every scale up, every turnaround, every project from starting up a company from a concept or looking at post merger acquisitions or looking at someone who's maybe mature 10 years trading and still not achieving their visions. This is the framework that I start to look at how can I blend this into the organization and really make sure that people live the change throughout their organization. Quickly describing it. It's not new, it's not revolutionary, but it works. And it's looking at where we are now, looking at all the different summaries, risk assessments, frameworks, decision making tools that are there to really understand your market, understand your vision. Is it viable? Where you're going? What risks are we to mitigate from a corporate level and head office level? Then it's looking at where we're going, and no plan, no company can survive without a North Star. And it's making sure that North Star is clear, understood, with clear, tangible objectives to make sure you can get there. Then it's going that next level down. And that's where a lot of strategy falls. It's linking and cross referencing all of the different plans in market. And that's where you start to bring the specialists in when they're needed. And it could be a brand specialist, it could be a system specialist in regards to building ERP systems, it could be a HR specialist in regards to enterprise bargaining agreements. So there's lots of different aspects and different specialities that need to be pulled in at the right time. And at that key stage of number three, how are we going to get there? As like a construction program, you build out that critical path. You make sure you understand what things can be done in sequence, what things have to be done in sequence, and what things can be run in parallel to make sure that when some things are achieved, you can tick all three things off at the same time. But unless you start looking at how to cross reference and harmonize all of your plans and link them together, you will never be able to get to that step four. And that's really understand when you get there. You'll have a whole bunch of projects running. Everyone's going to be really going hardcore in the organization to make sure they achieve their project mission, but they're only siloed. They're looking at their lap lane and they're not looking at their teammates who are also running hard. And then you start getting internal competition, culture starts being very much corrupted, and no one's working towards that objective of that North Star. And that's where part of the organization and part of the part I love in regards to bringing all this together. It's linking all of those data points, the projects, customer journey, the key things from a pricing point of view, from a surveying point of view, from a satisfaction point of view, from a profitability point of view, how all that links together in your leading dashboards. And by the time we get to point four, like I said at the start, it could be just once a month looking at key metrics, how many leads versus how many conversions. Start very simple, but then as you mature, it's how to pull those and automate those across all of your systems and all of your platforms to make sure, by the time you get those financial results, you already know that you're succeeding because you're living true to the plans. And the key thing to close on is this is a live loop, and it continues and it continues. It never stops. And that's another reason why I love automating this dashboard into every business, because once you automate those loops and you've got those data points flying, someone's going to log into their laptop every day. They know if they're succeeding. They know the tasks they need to do in that day. And that's across all levels of the organization, from the CEO through to the person opening the front door. And once all those people are in sync, your customers know they're receiving the value, they feel it, they see it, they express it, and then a beautiful cycle starts to begin. So there's a bit of a summary to pretty much, like I said, the core of my foundation of scaling up companies and doing transformation roles, CEO roles, general management roles. But it's worth sharing because this is really who I am as a business entrepreneur.